back to another episode of WolfQuest Anniversary Edition Ultra Ironwolf Challenge with Gnat, Stickbug, and their 4 wonderful pups. If you missed last episode, we got the pups to 15 pounds. We're at the rendezvous site. So basically from here, they just kind of get to loaf here until they get to 20 pounds. And we're hoping that we can get there before the saga comes out so that we can continue the pack from there. We will have to see, of course. Currently, Nat's territory is looking fairly good. We don't necessarily need to see all the rendezvous sites now. I do think that she would like to get the pack affinity higher before she goes off and looks for any food or does any more marking. And besides that, she's a little bit tired, so heading out now would probably just be a recipe for trouble. She's instead going to spend some time with her pups. We can get a better view of them now. Lacewing, still maintaining kind of that light coat with darker markings here and there. If we go over to see, well, you guys are in the shade. It's hard to see your coats. Come on. Cricket's still got that kind of very reddish brown coat, where Moth and Weevil are more on the gray side. Moth's still got kind of that brownish forehead, so this might give us a little bit of a hint at what their adult coats will look like, but we won't know for sure until they're 20 pounds. So in the meantime, gonna play chase, gonna play bow, gonna hang out with Stickbug. Hey, Stickbug. Well, I don't know, he might still be kind of sad. I know Nat's still kind of sad, but they've got to keep going. They've got to keep living and hunting and sleeping and defending their territory for their pups. Alright everybody, in the grass, and we are going to go see if we can't find perhaps a baby ungulate as we go off and no, as we take a nap. Almost got ahead of myself there. We are going to get some sleep. Wow, Nat is having a lot of dreams. This time of maybe some wolves around a bull elk. Another nightmare. Probably of the Cottonwood Creek pack. She herself has never been in extreme danger yet, but it might be a matter of time. We'll just have to see what kind of predators we face going forward. Now that she is awake again, she is going to come up by the Coyote Creek territory and do some marking. Stickbug does seem to be coming with us. We will see if we can come across any kind of ungulate mothers. Don't see anything right away, and I certainly don't hear the music, but hopefully we'll come across something as we're marking. It's nice of Stickbug to accompany us. He does I feel, a pretty good mix of kind of watching the pups and coming along to help us hunt and things. Well, we can't hunt that, that's for sure. The devs did say they'd be adding bison calves at some point. That'll certainly be interesting. Sounds incredibly dangerous still. I don't think I would want to take on a bison calf or its mother any more than I would want to take on a bison bull. But we'll just have to see when and if that content update comes out. Let's see, where is the scent post? There's some female dispersal wolves about. That's not anything that really concerns Nat. She's only worried about the pack wolves. And speaking of the pack wolves, there haven't really been any changes in known wolves since we last checked. Aside from maybe possibly something with the dispersals. We still, we're going to see the most major changes basically in between years, but sometimes you can kind of take a peek there and see that, for instance, one of the pack wolves has dispersed or something has befallen them. Nothing of that sort yet. Okay, so we do see... Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the glow stick. There is a cow elk and baby around here somewhere, but... and there's the music. Shoot, I do kind of want to focus on marking, but it's not like they don't need food. They're pretty hungry, so... I I guess we can take a second to look and see if we can find a baby. Definitely hear the music. Definitely don't see any suspicious grass patches. Is that one? Even with plant density turned down, it can be kind of hard to spot the patches on this kind of like rocky mountainous terrain. Not to mention I have the audio pretty low to make sure that my headphones don't pick up on the audio playing through the headphones. So we are in the vicinity, certainly. I don't see the mother, and I don't see a whole lot of grass patches. There's one, there's one. Oh, there we go. This time we have found another elk calf. I think I'll let Stickbug eat first, and if there's anything left over after he eats, Gnat can have some. I just prefer to send him back to the rendezvous site with the pups, both so he can feed them and also so the affinity doesn't go down further. It's that arrow permanently stays a little higher while you're at the rendezvous site. Okay, so he didn't quite manage to fill up on that calf, but we're still going to send him back. And we're going to keep moving, looking for the scent post and any other calves or fawns that we might come across. This glow stick is going to bother me until I find it. Where is the glow stick? This is extremely unimportant and ill-advised, but oh, did we find it? The glow stick! Yes, assuming we don't find any calves to carry back. We'll certainly be bringing this glow stick to the pups. It's got a pretty cool effect. Oh, wow, that looks scary from that angle. Let's see, so I will catch up with you when we're back at the den, or if anything interesting happens. I'll see you then. Okay, we're back at the rendezvous site. Nat unfortunately didn't manage to find any kind of food on the way back, but we did manage to mark the territory up on that kind of border between Cottonwood and Coyote Creek. It does look like at least Stickbug was able to feed the pups a little bit. Oh, Cricket's got the glow stick. I'm gonna take a screenshot. That's cute. Hopefully that doesn't mess with the recording or anything. I'm not sure. Stickbug, could you feed them again? Because Nat definitely doesn't have any food. I guess he doesn't really think it's that urgent. Although Weevil does look pretty hungry. Maybe he'll feed them? Stickbug, they're hungry. Look, he wants food. Feed him, Stickbug. Feed him. No? Alright. I'm going to come over here and get Lacewing, because I don't like her wandering too far that way when the rest of the pack's over here. Moth's got the glow stick now. Wonderful. I do want to raise our pack affinity before Nat goes out and does anything else. Do some howling. We'll do some playing with the pups, and we'll see if we can't get that to look less bad. Oh, Lacewing is practicing her pouncing. That's good. That will serve her well in the days to come. Of course, when the saga comes out, we'll be able to kind of see the pups learning to hunt small mammals and toads and stuff. So that's exciting. Right now, they just kind of pounce on nothing, but everything is good practice. Cricket is taking the glow stick far away. Come on, Cricket, let's not lose that. It's a pretty cool toy. Although, you know, glow sticks, probably not the best thing to give to a wolf pup as a toy in real life, but thankfully this is a video game. Oh. Okay, I'm glad that Stickbug fed them again. That's good. We do a chin rest. Will it be a normal chin rest or a weird chin rest? It's a normal chin rest. Hi, pups. Lacewing, get some food, please. Alright. Well, so far our time at the rendezvous site has been fairly peaceful. We haven't really run into any threats yet, although I know it's not going to stay that way. Now the safest way to make sure that nothing gets the jump on us as we're waking up is to kind of have all the pups in the tall grass when we go to sleep. I don't know if that's going to be the most exciting for a playthrough though, so if you have any feedback, let me know in the comments, and if I haven't recorded the rest of the series before I see said comments, I will adjust my play accordingly. But in the meantime, I mean, Nat's definitely more on the cautious side, and she definitely doesn't want to lose any more pups, so she probably will be sending them into the tall grass to sleep. Sorry, Moth, you have eaten enough for now. You have to let your siblings have something too. Lacewing is still in the lead as far as weight goes at 17 pounds. Wow. And Weevil is still the lightest at 15.6. So, while after Lacewing's grown to 20 pounds, Weevil is still going to be... Well, Weevil and all the others are still going to be a little bit behind. Moth! Hey! You guys let your brother eat! Oh, she'll be full soon. Okay, there you go, Weevil. Come on. Awesome. Our affinity's looking a lot better. I think after we get a little bit more rest, I will send Nat out to hopefully find some food. I didn't mean to distract the pups from eating, because Nat is, she's getting pretty hungry. Just down to about 52%. Not dire or anything, but certainly will be if we don't, you know, if we fail a couple of hunts. Might not be a problem. This is one of the kind of benefits and drawbacks of having the fawn and calf season, is that you can definitely get food without taking as much, or putting yourself in as risky a situation, because obviously you don't need to hunt the calves and fawns, you just kind of need to find them. But it also causes problems when you need to kind of feed the pups and feed yourself, and it's not that easy to find where the fawns and calves are hidden. And that's the problem we're running into right now. Nat hasn't really stumbled across any hidden fawns or calves, so while her pups are fed, she's pretty hungry. But we will see to that in the morning as we send the pups into the tall grass and get some sleep. Now, if we're gonna hunt anything, we should probably take Stickbug with us. But we probably will still, I guess that we'll still have calves and fawns in the grass for some time. They usually just get up and start following their mothers when the pups reach like 18 to 20 pounds. It really depends on kind of whether your pups were on the larger side to begin with, or whether they were on the smaller side to begin with. It does look like Stickbug's coming with us. It's too early to go after an elk herd, really. It would take too long to hunt them, even if we were able to kind of wear them down from their much higher health at this time of year. But if we come across maybe a lone mother, Stickbug will be helpful in taking her down. So it's good to have him along, although we don't want to have him along for too long, because naturally the pups are going to get restless. Especially now that we're at the rendezvous site and they have a little bit more energy and they're a little bigger. Okay, so there's a mother cow elk here, which could be good, but I also see that there's a moose in the other direction. Let's look for the baby, and if we happen upon a moose, maybe it'll be a mother moose with her calf. We'll have to see. So the mom's over there. Music is playing. There are a lot of potential places where this particular baby could be. Oh, never mind. Alright, so this time I'm going to have Gnat and Stickbug kind of eat evenly from the carcass, as we are going to need Stickbug along for the rest of the hunting. How are we doing? So he's at 65, we're at 68. We'll take one more big bite and then we'll let him have the rest. Okay. Now if we follow the scent of that moose, and how are we doing on territory? Territory is alright still. Let's howl just to see if we can give it any kind of little boost right now. And looks like it's a den site. We are far too late in the season for that. There was a moose scent over there, and then I kind of just walked away, so there it is. Now, this could very well lead to a bull moose, which is not something that two wolves can hunt alone on accurate, but we'll see. It might just lead to a tasty calf. And those always make a good meal for the pups, especially if we happen to run into sickness at any point. I've avoided mentioning it up until now. Okay, that is a bull moose, so we're not going to find a calf there. I've avoided mentioning sickness up till now because I'm pretty sure that now that I've mentioned it, one of the pups is going to get sick. But we have been very fortunate thus far. And if one does fall ill, it's better to have food at the den so you can have the choice to spend time with the pups and not have to worry about them starving at the very least. Let's see. Well, now that we know there's not going to be a moose, Stickbug's still too low to feed the pups, so we will keep looking. It does look like there's another elk mother with her baby out here somewhere. Keyword somewhere. I don't see her. I don't hear the music. Got some dispersal wolves hanging around. That's not too concerning. Is that the mother? Okay, that is the mother. And there's the baby. Alright, so I'm gonna have Stickbug eat this one, I think. And then we'll keep Gnat out and looking while we send Stickbug back to watch the pups. Because Gnat should fill up on food, and we also want to be able to bring something back for the pups. Stickbug's just taking that away. Alright. You enjoy that, buddy. And he is full on food, but the calf is gone. So we're going to send him home, and we're going to keep looking. See you later, Stickbug. Alright, is there anything on the wind? There are male dispersals. There are... Is this a... Okay, that's a whole herd, so that's not going to help us. While we're out here, we might as well mark some territory while we're looking for mother and baby herds. That looks like maybe some pronghorn, but this is a mother mule deer, so I can't imagine that her baby would be much further than that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hopefully that'll be enough to almost fill Gnat up, and the next thing that we find can go to the pups. Okay, that should be sufficient, and then we will keep looking until we find something we can bring back to the pups. Having said that, that does look like another cow elk. No, I should probably get a little bit closer to confirm. I don't hear the music. Okay, it is a mother because a bull elk wouldn't sit down like that, and also we hear the music now. I'm gonna have her drink some water, save a little bit on the stamina and a little bit on the hunger bar, and then let's go back and find that calf. Mother's over there. Oh, that was really fast. All right, well, again, sometimes this season is super easy, sometimes not so much. Thankfully, we got lucky this time. We got something we can bring back to our pups. And we'll just see where we go from there. Affinity is going to be a constant struggle, I think. Now that they're rambunctious and they really want to explore. And Nat's just kind of like, no, stay in the grass, which we'll see how successful she is at keeping them in the grass and keeping them safe. Hopefully things will be okay. They are too large now to be carried away by eagles, so that is one small relief. But they're still very vulnerable to rival wolves. They're still vulnerable to coyotes and cougars and bears. So Coyotes and cougars and bears, oh my. And bison, but hopefully those won't come too near the rendezvous site. Yeah, you stay where you are, misters. We want nothing to do with you. Oh, we just ran past a mule deer fawn, but luckily for that mom, we've got our prey and we don't need her baby too. Definitely still no reason to overhunt just because the prey is easy pickings. That just leaves more food for the other predators and less food for future us. Alright, I think we're almost back to the den. Not the den, the rendezvous site. I'm gonna mess that up a bunch, but that's okay. Everyone understands what I'm saying, right? Right. Goodness, there are a lot of mamas around today. But again, we have our prey. We don't need to go hunting more than we need. Okay, and we're back. We're back at the den. We've got food for the pups, which is good because they're getting hungry. This time of year, the pups definitely get hungry a lot faster than when they're smaller, and that's going to be a big part of the new Saga update when it comes out. It's going to be more trouble with sickness and more trouble with starvation. It does look like Stickbug maybe fed them and Lacewing ate the bulk of the food, which, I mean, it's not super surprising. She is our largest pup, so she's probably pretty hungry. Glad to know Cricket still likes that glow stick. He's definitely been the most interested in playing with objects that he's found on the ground. Whether it be bones from the meat chunks we brought back or a glow stick. Alright, Lacewing. I get it, you're all cool and grown up now, but you still need to stay with your pack. Moth is chasing her tail. Practicing her stalking. Oh, a very confident tail. Well, we can do that too. Oh, what a cutie. Alright. Cricket's still eating. I think we can send them back into the grass now. Thankfully, there's no trouble about. And we will let Gnat get some rest. In the morning, there will probably be more marking to do. But in the meantime, a little moment of peace with her pups. Listening very closely for the sickness sound. No? If we actually get through the whole litter without anyone getting sick, I'm going to be so surprised. Pups can still get sick at any point, and while currently, if they get sick around maybe like the 19.2 pound mark, they won't end up dying because you will be able to reach Endless Summer and age them up beforehand. But in the Saga, of course, they're going to keep growing, so pups that get sick at 19 pounds could just keep getting sicker. We'll just have to see what ends up happening here. I suppose that means for this litter that since we're planning to continue playing this litter when the Saga comes out, these pups may very well be vulnerable to illness long after the 20 pound mark. We'll just have to see. Alright, once they've finished eating, I have not been very diligent about like watching for predators since we got here. I don't see any trouble. How's our territory looking? Honestly, quite okay. I really don't think that we need to go out marking right now. And Gnat's not really hungry and Stickbug's not really hungry, so we might actually just get some more sleep. And of course we're going to send them into the grass. We're going to get some sleep. So we watch the stars go by overhead. And a new day dawns. A new day dawns and continues to dawn. Alright, we are up. Let's call the pups out, let them get some food. You might notice if you're listening really close that I did wolf the pups back into the grass, even though they were already in the grass. This will usually reveal if there are any predators lurking around before you actually call them out. I find that to be the best practice at the den site, because, you know, if you call them out and predators immediately attack, you gotta wolf them back in and they're gonna be kind of confused about what you want them to do. So, we're gonna keep up with Cricket and Weevil while they run over here. We don't want them getting too far away or getting lost. Now, could probably do some marking now. It's not urgent. Gnat and Stickbug aren't urgently hungry either. There is a coyote right there. I see it. I see it. Go away. Now, this might not need to be said, but like my approach to coyotes, I say this because maybe somebody already knows, but my approach to coyotes is to never charge them when they're running toward the den or rendezvous site. They will often run right past you and kill a pup, so I usually like to hang back and just kind of try to intimidate them into running before anything else. That I've seen the most success with that. I tried to do that with the rival wolves earlier as well, but it doesn't always work. Sometimes they slip past you. Okay, you know what? We have enough food, we have enough territory. I'm going to let her sleep again. We're just gonna pass some time. Just say a few days passed, or maybe a few weeks if we actually extend this to real life time, without anything really bad happening. That's, you know, Nat deserves some peace for once. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing, wolf them in and then call them out. I doubt that we'd have a predator attack so soon after the coyote, but you never know. Still free of sickness, still have a little bit of meat left on this calf, so things are good. Life is good. Nat's happy. Moth is playing. Hey, Stickbug. Out of the mates that I've had recently, Stickbug has definitely been one of the most interactive. Sometimes I feel like you have your puppies and then your mate just kind of ignores you for the rest of the time, which isn't very fun. I wonder if there's going to be any tweaks to the mate AI. I'm sure there will be with the saga. Let's send them in. We now are quite hungry, and there are quite a few places that we can mark. So let's take Nat and okay, Stickbug might be coming along? Yes, he is coming along. So at this stage, kind of could go either way with the ungulates still being in the grass or being up and running along with their mothers. We will have to see. Whatever food we come across, you know, it's good food by Nat standards. We are going to go down and kind of mark this way. That's a male pronghorn that tells us basically nothing. But I'm sure if we kind of keep an eye out, this goes toward the mule deer. So if we follow this and there's a mule deer with a calf, we'll know that the babies are up and out of the grass. If we follow this and it's a buck mule deer, we'll know nothing. If we follow it and it's a mule deer without a calf, we'll still know very little. We'll just have to see. Okay, so it does look like a solitary doe, so my guess would be that the babies are still in the grass. That having been said, we will keep an eye out as we go through and mark territory, and we'll see if we can't find something to snack on. In the meantime, I will catch up with you if we find anything to eat or anything interesting happens. Otherwise, I'm just going to cut ahead. See you soon. And immediately as I say that, there is hide and snack? I don't know. Hide and snack music and a doe mule deer. Now, Stickbug does seem more eager to go for the mom than look for the baby, and I'm kind of inclined to... Whoa, he went flying! I'm kind of inclined to agree with him. We do need more food than a fawn is going to provide. So, well, we don't want to get too much damage. Oh, she kicked us an extra time. That is a bummer. It would benefit us to take down this doe. Thankfully, Stickbug is very helpful in hunting when it comes to the mothers, at least. And it does look like we're going to be able to take her down. Now, we should still be able to find her baby, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much food this gives us, because I don't really want to be carrying a fawn around while we go and mark. It'll just slow us down. Undoubtedly, some other predator will come by and pick off the fawn if we don't find it. That's the unfortunate facts about being without its mother. It's probably not going to survive, no matter what happens. It does look like Stickbug is still eating. I don't really think we're going to need him for the rest of this trip, so we can certainly send him home. In the meantime, if that's where the mother was, where could the baby be? Oh my goodness, I'm sliding down hills. Don't see any grass standing out. If we get too far away from where the mother was, the music will stop, but I think the baby will still stick around. It's just kind of harder to tell where it might be hiding. Okay, well, there we go. Territory's not too bad off, but it's also not great. I guess the fawn is light enough that we can kind of carry it along without... If you get like an elk calf or a moose calf, you're going to have a lot of trouble carrying it along. It's going to be slow your wolf down a whole lot. But the fawns aren't too heavy, so we kind of just bring it along with us as we continue our marking. Okay, I will catch up with you when I'm back at the den, or again if anything interesting happens. See you soon. Okay, so Nat is back at the rendezvous site. She's still got that fawn that she tracked down. It does appear that Stickbug fed the pups, and so that's good. She was able to mark a good deal of territory toward the south and west of the rendezvous site. She didn't quite get the two like westmost or four westmost hexes. Just not really worth it to mark those when we've moved further east. Might remark it later, depending on the needs of the pack, but for now, she's mostly concerned about keeping Cottonwood Creek away from this site and not the old den site. That doesn't help her any. So, again, we're going to do some interaction with the pups. How are they doing? They've got a few pounds left to go before we are ready for the saga. This may be a bit of a shorter episode, I'm not entirely sure, but I think we are going to call it here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time, back with Nat and Stickbug and their 4 wonderful pups. See ya!